they're bastages or they're not. Or they're not. They can't be both. Well, I take it back. I guess they can be, depending on if they're agreeing with liberals or not, right? Yes. Anyway, in Florida, Virginia, and Indiana, voters have received phone calls that wrongly told them there was no need to cast a ballot in person on Election Day because they could vote by phone. Now, just remember, we don't need to have, voter ID laws because there is no voter fraud. This is what liberals are telling us. There is no voter fraud. There's no evidence of it. I know we get evidence of it nearly every day. At least a couple of months leading up to an election and a couple of months after an election, kind of like the 08 thing, 08 election when all those Acorn people got busted and some of them went to jail. Yeah, but there's no voter fraud. In Ohio and Wisconsin, billboards in mostly low-income and minority neighborhoods showed prisoners behind bars and warned of criminal penalties for voter fraud. An effort that voting rights groups say was designed to intimidate minority voters. Well, being a minority, I don't think those billboards intimidated anyone. Look at the high crime that is in minority neighborhoods. They got the popo running all over the place. Are they intimidated? No. And across the look, I got an ID. That's all I got to say. I got government ID. I got an Obama ID. That's all they need to say. And show it. I'm surprised do they have those? Do they have Obama ID? I'm sure they got an Obama ID somewhere. It must be able to get an Obama ID. Well, you can get an Obama phone, you can get an Obama car, you can get an Obama house. I think there's Obama gas. Because some people are saying I ain't got to worry about putting gas in my car, so it must be Obama gas. You got Obamacare, you got Obama banking. Why not have an Obama ID? Across the nation, some employers, notably, they always come back to these two, David and Charles Koch, or Koch, K-O-C-H, Koch, the billionaire brothers who helped fund the conservative group Americans for Prosperity. Oh, God forbid they do something with their money. They're spending it. Oh, wait. Aren't we always told that we've been told the rich aren't spending their money? Well, here the Koch brothers are spending their money. And Americans for Prosperity are urging their workers to vote for Republican Mitt Romney for president, much like the AFL-CIO urges its union members to vote Democratic. Oh, God forbid we try to tell employees of companies, maybe you should think about voting for Mitt Romney because you might keep your job. Not a threat, not a veiled threat, but knowing that, okay, if you get Obama in there, it's going to cost. I mean, there's a businessman, wealthy businessman, who basically told his employees, look, if Obama wins, I'm probably just going to shut down the company because it won't be worth it for me to keep it open. I'll be taxed to death. I have plenty of money to live on the rest of my life very comfortably. My lifestyle won't change, but yours will. That's what he told his employees. Your lifestyle is going to change. Mine isn't. But it's not going to be worth being taxed half to death and having to deal with all this regulation if you reelect Obama. But anyway, 2 weeks before what could be one of the closest presidential elections in history, efforts to mislead, intimidate, or pressure voters are an increasingly prominent part of the political landscape. Analysts say tactics typically seen in the last few days before an election are already in play. Oh, wait, so this is nothing new. This is nothing new. Yahoo's saying, well, this has always happened. It just, never been 2 weeks. It's always been a few days. But who's the ones that are doing it? I mean, let's be honest. I'm not saying that Democrats, that liberals are 100% to blame. There are some Republicans and conservative groups playing this game too. But are they doing it in response to what liberals are doing? You know, I should pay more attention to the stuff that comes in the mail. I mean, this year has been I have been inundated with political junk mail from both sides. But I got to tell you, it is, you know, I can see me getting a political stuff from Republican side because, you know, I'm a registered conservative, registered Republican. I'm a constitutional conservative. So I should expect to get stuff from them because that's how I'm registered. But the fact is, I'm getting stuff from Democrats like you would not. It's got to be outnumbering at 3-1. And the blatant lies Romney wants to take away women's health care. What? Are you telling me that because Romney doesn't think that an insurance company should pay for your $9 a month birth control pill, that's taking away women's health care? This is what you really believe? You want somebody else to pay for you to be a slut? I'm just saying. Now, according to the article, it says we've seen an uptick in deceptive and intimidating tactics designed to prevent eligible Americans from voting, said Eric Marshall of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, who manages a coalition that has a telephone hotline, 866-OUR-VOTE, that collects tips on alleged voter intimidation. How about out-and-out voter fraud? Speaking of voter fraud, oh yeah, we got it here. The police, this is from WND News, posted on WND News, a criminal investigation regarding a video sting reported by WND and others that caught the field director of Democratic Rep. Jim Moran's campaign in an apparent conspiracy to commit election fraud has been initiated by the Arlington County Police Department in Virginia. They obviously saw the video and said, whoop, looks like we better look into this. Now, police spokesman Dustin Sternbeck told WND that the department has been made aware of the video sting conducted by James O'Keefe's Project Veritas and has launched the investigation just a little over an hour ago, according to this, as this was posted. Doesn't say when it was posted. Earlier today. Now, the spokesman says our detectives assigned to the case will probably reach out to the video producers. Now, the investigation could lead to prosecution by the Commonwealth attorney, Theophany Stamos. Yes, Theophany. I'm guessing he's Greek. Theothani. That's one name. Theophany Stamos. Greek version of Theodore, I'm supposing. As WND reported, Patrick Moran, the son of the congressman, resigned Wednesday after the video showed him advising an undercover reporter how to fraudulently cast ballots in the name of registered voters by forging utility bills and relying on the assistance of Democrat lawyers. Oh, but wait. Maybe James O'Keefe and his undercover investigator should have dialed 866-OUR-VOTE and contacted Eric Marshall of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. Never heard of them. Where do these groups come from? Who funds all these wacky groups? On both sides. Never hear of half of them. Where did they come from? Where are they getting their fund? You know what? There's a radio station here in New England. I think it's Jammin' 94.5 that airs a commercial, or it could be AMP 10, the new AMP 103.3. Or it might be, the New Hampshire station 105.5 WJYY. One of those three stations is running an ad that has you text to a number so you could win $50,000 to set up your own super PAC. Win your own $50,000 super PAC. Text whatever the number is to see if you win. Really? I haven't looked into this, but maybe I should now that I'm thinking about all this money and stuff floating around and where these groups get started. Somebody's actually running a promotion to give away $50,000 specifically for the purpose of starting a super PAC. Now, of course, obviously on the ad, they don't say whether it's for a liberal super PAC or a conservative super PAC, a Democratic super PAC or a Republican super PAC or a libertarian super PAC or an independent. It doesn't say. Just says that they're going to give you $50,000 to start your own super PAC. Who does that? And who's going to be that interested other than somebody who wants to be fraudulent, deceptive, or is already in government? Who's going to answer the call for that? I kid you. One of the three stations that I frequently listen to for music, or it might be one of the AM stations, the talk stations. It's one of the two, as I listen to 610 AM here in New Hampshire and 680 WRKO out of Boston. It could be one of those two stations. One of those five stations is running this promotion. Text whatever this word is to this number, and you could possibly win $50,000 to start your own super PAC. That's the promotion. Maybe I should call 866-hour vote on that promotion. Who knows? You never know. I mean, this is the wildest election I have ever seen. I mean, and I have never seen such blatant lies coming out of candidates, especially Barack Obama. I mean, this is unprecedented. I mean, it gets to the point when a liberal station, TV station like MSNBC, does a fact check on the debates, and they say, President Obama lied more. I mean, that's unprecedented. Oh, Mr. Obama, that's not exactly true. It's amazing. I know there are people out there that want me to weigh in on this Colin Powell thing. Endorses Obama for second terms. Why? Was anybody surprised? I wasn't surprised. Give me a break. Well, what do you think of Colin Powell, man? I don't think anything of General Powell, Secretary General Powell. Secretary of State General Colin Powell endorsed today Barack Obama's bid for re-election, citing the Democratic president's efforts to wind down the war in Afghanistan and tackle terrorism, as well as improving the U.S. Mr. Powell, how is he tackling terrorism when he won't even use the word? He won't even use the word. And wind down the war in Afghanistan was already scheduled to be wound down. He's not doing anything really. Hey, I also heard today about something about Iraq. Is that Obama wanted to leave some troops in Iraq. He wanted to leave some troops in Iraq. But it was the Iraqi government that said, nope, everybody get out. Now, personally, I would have said, fine. We being the conquering nation, if you want to use that term, we actually have a right to dictate certain terms. Well, that's what a conquering nation gets to do. But see, we don't want to be a colonial power. Our whole goal was to get Iraq on its own feet. So I have no problem with them kicking us out and us saying, okay, bye. The same with Afghanistan. You know what? Let's just make sure that you guys are contained. We'll get out. Bye. You deal with it. We've tried.